Suppose this equation is given, and they're giving you a condition like this. One root is equal to the difference of the other two. Then how would you write? You can write one root, any root, no problem. Equal to difference of the other two. Correct? Like this you write. It's a fourth degree equation, means they'll give you 4 roots. They may not give you 4 roots, but you will have to assume 4 roots because they are fourth degree by quadratic equation. And in general, whenever it's a fourth degree equation, we assume the roots to be alpha, beta, gamma, delta. Okay. Conditions like sum of 2 roots is equal to sum of the other 2. That means what? If you know a little bit of English, you'll be able to write, no problem at all. Sum of 2 roots is equal to sum of the other 2 means what? Alpha plus beta equal to gamma plus delta. All right. Then sum of 2 roots is equal to 3 times or thrice the sum of the other. Like that, conditions would be given. So write the condition first. That's the first step. Second step is to write S1, S2, S3. If it's cubic, we'll stop with S3. That's all we have. If it's fourth degree, we will write up to S4. All right. So let's see the next step. What we are S1 is alpha plus gamma. If you write this, you will get 1 half. Even if you go wrong with the calculation, write your S1 and you get 1 or 2 marks. Okay? So write that. What is the value here? Minus. Minus. Isn't it? S1. Now, right. What about our S2? S2 roots. Maybe 2 roots at a time. Alpha, beta. Plus gamma. Plus gamma. What is that value? Q. And then S3 the product, which you can write as a product. Product is equal to alpha, beta. What is it equal to? Minus R. Understood? Now we have 4 equations. What are the 4 equations? 1, 2, 3, 4. Take these 4 equations, solve it so that you get your alpha, beta, gamma. That is all. So how do, with the help of 4 equations, will we be able to solve 3 unknowns? Yes, definitely. 4 equations are given, 3 unknowns. So we'll be able to solve it, right? Okay. So use it here. This one I can write it as alpha. I will get alpha plus alpha minus 1. So 2 alpha is equal to minus p. So alpha directly you get, right? One of the roots you will get directly. Alpha is equal to minus p by 2. Suppose this p, q, r and all were numbers. Then it's easier for you to solve. You get the point? I'm just giving you a rough idea as to how we are solving. We actually not started with any problem. These are the ways we do things. Secondly, after you get alpha, what can be done? I still need to find 2 more roots, beta and gamma. So I use this one and this one. So let me use this and this. Let me put alpha here. Alpha here. So what will happen? Everything will be in terms of beta and gamma. Correct? Then again use the alpha value in the last one. So what you will get is beta into gamma. Beta into gamma. Alpha into this. Correct? Here you will get some alpha beta plus gamma type. Here you will get beta into gamma type. Now when we know the sum of the roots and the product of the roots, we can divide, split into 2 values. Product of the roots, sum of the roots means when 60 is a product and I say 16 is a sum, then how do you write? 16. So you should divide into 2 values such that the sum is 16 and product is 16. Simple, 10 and 6. Correct? You are able to get those values. That is what I said. You get the sum of 2 values, beta plus gamma here. Here you get beta into gamma. All right. So when you know the product and the sum, we can get beta and gamma separately. That's all we need. We already found out alpha. So alpha, beta, gamma. That is it. Understood, children? Yeah, the online attendees are able to follow?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So same thing. I started with the cubic equation so that you would not panic. Cubic is easier. Suppose the same thing is done for a fourth degree equation, we can still do it, right? One more step we'll have S1, S2, S3, S4. Of course, those values also will be different. S2, S3 values also will be different. We'll have more terms, right? Shall we do one fourth degree equation? Yes. Any doubts? Solve the equation. I'll post all these notes. You need not worry. If you want, you can just take down only the formula. Solve the equation x power 4 power 4 minus 2x cubed plus 4x squared plus 6x minus 21 is equal to 0. Given that two of are equal in magnitude and opposite in size. Okay, so that's the condition that is given. Just don't copy the problem and just see if you've understood. Okay, this alone you write, that's enough. Okay, so two of its roots, any two roots. They have not specifically said alpha, beta, and all. So this being a fourth degree equation, I'll start the question now. How do we write? That the root of fourth degree quantity as alpha, beta, gamma. Okay. Now given what is given? Two roots, any two roots are equal in magnitude, opposite in sign. So that means something like this. So gamma beta or alpha equal to beta. Two are equal, but one is opposite in sign. Do I make sense? You can take anything, alpha equal to beta, minus beta, or beta equal to minus gamma, anything. So that is the one condition. From here, can I write my gamma is better? Am I right? So it becomes easier for me when I use that one in S1 and S2, right? So that is like S1. What is S1? Remember, it's a fourth degree equation, so accordingly you should write your S1, S2, okay? S1. So I write alpha plus beta, gamma plus delta. All right? Then S2. Take two roots at a time. All combinations you should write. Don't miss out anything. So what are all the possible combinations? Alpha, beta. Now easiest way is alpha, alpha, beta, alpha, gamma, alpha, delta. So you won't miss out any term. Right? Alpha, beta, alpha, gamma, alpha, delta. Then fix your beta. Gamma, beta, delta. Gamma, delta. Delta, alpha, that's already there. Other combination fine. So here you will have 6 such terms. For cubic equation, you have 3 terms, right? Here for the fourth degree equation, you will have 6 such terms in the S2 value. All right? Okay. That's S3. S3. Taking three roots at a time. Alpha, beta, gamma. alpha, beta, delta, beta, gamma, delta. Alpha, gamma, that's all. Only four possible combinations in S3. All right. If you remember the number of terms, then you can find out whatever is missing. In S2, you will have 6 terms. Here you have 4. Finally, the product of the is alpha, beta, gamma. Is that okay? Now, let us write these values. This is equal to from the given equation minus P Q minus R. Yes. In general, that is right. What I'm getting. So I'll be getting just one. Can I substitute this as equal to 0? So I'll be getting S1 is alpha plus beta equal to, or I can even remove this S1. I don't need to keep this. Alpha plus beta equal to minus Ps minus 2. Alright, students? So I get alpha plus beta equal to 2. Let me call it as okay? Then look at this. Alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha plus gamma beta beta delta plus delta alpha. 6 terms equal to Q. What is your Q? What is your Q? 4. So that's the concept. Alright? In this, can I take some values common between any two terms such that I will be able to apply either my alpha plus beta value, or better to apply gamma plus delta is equal to 0, because you can reduce the number of terms. Gamma plus delta. Okay. So take a term, either alpha out or beta out in any two terms, such that you get your gamma plus delta as 0. Hope you get my point. Yes? Okay. So what can I do? Can I take an alpha here common with these two? Yeah. So I can take a picture. First, what I'm doing is alpha beta plus this gamma delta. Then these two terms are coming here, taking an alpha out, so that I get gamma plus delta. Understood? This one? Then in this, I have a beta common. So I get gamma. That is equal to 4. 4 is that. Why am I doing this? I could have taken alpha plus beta also. But if I take gamma plus delta, that term itself will vanish, because I know the value that gamma plus delta is 0. All right. So that is the reason I'm doing it. So those two will become 0. I'm left with only two terms now. So what are the two terms? So we have this one. Alpha beta plus gamma delta. Have I gone wrong anywhere? Picked up. I get S2 S2 2 4 6. Second question. 4 correct. Tappa. Okay, wow. Okay. எதுல 6 வரும்ன்ற புரியல. The right side value. Okay. Shall we move on? Let's see now. Yeah. What's your name? Why so late? Okay. All right. So S3, let's do the same thing with S3. Huh? So let's say S3, alpha, beta, gamma, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, alpha, gamma, delta, equal to minus R. Same thing, I want to take gamma plus delta. That's the right value. Maybe I can take an alpha out here. Okay? Then I have gamma delta out. So that I get piece of this alpha. Just ordinary calculation. If you just think a little and then do all these calculations, it become easy. All that we want to do is substitute the known values so that the number of terms reduce. சரியா 4-5 term இருந்தா அது கஷ்டம். அது நான் 2-3 term ஆக்கிட்டீங்கன்னா it becomes easier. That's the reason we are trying to substitute gamma plus delta is equal to 0. Okay, right. Of course, we know alpha plus beta value also. So this becomes, so I have gamma delta. What is R here? Minus 6. Okay. So now have I got gamma delta the product? I got the product as minus 3. And I know the sum is 0. You understood what I was telling initially? Two values. The product I know and the sum I know. Can I find the individual values? Yes, I can. That's exactly what I've landed up with. All right. So I put gamma into delta and from the question I know gamma plus delta. Sum is the product. And what will be your gamma and delta? Gamma equal to sum of delta equal to what are those? Can you guess? Huh? 3 and 0. Minus 3, 1. The sum should be 0, pa. Any guesses? Those attending online? The product should be minus 3 and sum should be 0. Any guess? Huh? Root 3 and? Excellent. What's your name? John Matthew. Excellent, John. Root 3 and minus root 3. When you add those two, will you get 0? Find the product. Root 3 into root 3 is 3. There's a negative sign. So you get minus 3. The point here is, go back to the first condition. They are equal in magnitude, opposite in sign. So root 3 minus root 3. So our assumption, all the time, whatever we have done, everything stands in line with what is given. Root 3 and minus root 3 are the roots. So 2 roots we have found out. All right, very good. So 1 these are just names. That's all. Just some simple. These values are only important. You can call it as alpha, beta, whatever you want. Right. So what's the next step now? we need to calculate alpha and beta separately. Already the same clue I'm giving you. I know alpha plus beta. Do I know alpha plus beta? I found it somewhere. 2. And if I'm able to successfully find alpha into beta, the same procedure I can apply, product and sum of two values. I can find the individual values, right? Okay. How do I get that alpha into beta? Any guess? Yes, 4. Very good. The product. This is the only thing that I've not used so far. I have been using 1, 2, 3, all that I have used. But fourth one I haven't used. So let me use that equation. What is the product? Product is alpha, beta, gamma, delta. What is this? Minus 20. Am I right? Minus 20. This is gamma delta. Alpha beta equal to. You already know alpha plus beta equal to 2. Okay. So sum of two roots, product of. Guessing is a difficult problem for you. Don't worry, don't guess. Form a quadratic equation and solve it. சரியா அதான் ஈஸி. எப்படி ஃபார்ம் பண்ணீங்க? ப்ராடக்ட் ஆஃப் சம் தெரிஞ்ச p ஸ்கொயர் x ல கொடுத்தாங்கனா x யூஸ் பண்ண p ஸ்கொயர் மைனஸ் sum of the root into p plus product of the root. Correct? This will be right of quadratic. We write p square minus sum is what? 2. Plus product is what? 7. This is the quadratic. If you're not able to guess, form a quadratic like this in the rough column. Then if you're able to factorize, then fine. For certain problems, you won't be able to factorize. Would you be able to factorize for this? No. So that in that case, this writing of this quadratic helps instead of guessing wildly. Okay? Get it? Okay. Now in this particular point, we're not able to factorize. So therefore, we will use the formula minus b plus or minus root of b squared minus 4ac by 2a. Now, when you use that, you will get irrational roots or complex roots. Definitely, one will be positive, the other will be negative. No problem at all. Even if it's not the problem, even if it doesn't give you like that, no problem at all. But definitely, you will get, if it's applied by the formula, you will either get irrational roots or complex roots. We have already studied, have you studied that in your lower classes? That irrational roots and complex roots occur in pairs. We studied that in your lower classes. Alpha plus I beta is there means definitely alpha minus I beta will also be a root. Okay. Then square root of alpha is a root means minus square root of alpha will also be a root. Irrational roots and complex roots, they always occur in pairs. Maybe one other class I will teach you that, how to solve. All right. Is this clear, children? Yes. Do we still have time? You can solve this, you will get 2 roots. So how many roots totally do we have? Alpha, beta, gamma, delta. You need not write alpha equal to beta equal to. Just 4 roots you write. What are the 4 roots? Root 3 minus root 3. Then when you solve this, you will get 2 roots. Because it's a 4th degree equation, you got 4 roots. Okay? Clear? Any doubts? Guys, those attending online? Any doubts? Were you able to follow this? Shiny?
Yes, ma'am.
Anesthesia?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Could you follow?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll write down these problems and I'll scan and post the notes, so you need not worry to take it down. How much time is left? Almost over. I think 7 is left. Looks like minus. Okay, so in the next class, we will do 1 or 2 more problems of this type. And also after we finish this topic, we will do problems in finding equations when the roots are given, or when the equation is given, solving equation. So those are 2 types generally they ask in the exam. So those exam point of view questions also we will do. That is 2 classes after I finish this. All right. Now, meanwhile, keep preparing for your first TA. I think you have all got your timetable. When does it start? 20? 30th November, right? Yeah. So you've still got time. So maybe we can do half of this unit, or at least quarter of the unit. I won't be able to finish half because second unit is quite big. So maybe one portion of this theory of equations, solving equation, forming equation, relation between roots and equations, roots and coefficients. At least these 3 topics we'll finish and include that for the first internals. Okay? Because in the long questions, you will be able to answer this only. Sets, functions and all, we have very, very small questions. So I won't be able to ask you a lot of questions in that, just part A questions only. Matrices, of course, you will have 10 marks question. Cayley-Hamilton theorem, finding the inverse and all that. All right, children. So these the 3 topics alone, I'll try to finish off. You've got enough time. So we'll finish off. And then, of course, I'll continue with the syllabus. But the portion part of it, we will just stop with these 3 topics: solving equations, framing equations, and relation between roots and coefficients, plus your first unit for your first internal. So you can start preparing. If you don't have any notes, if I haven't posted any notes for any particular topic, feel free to ask me. Text in the group, then I'll immediately post it. Okay, in case I have forgotten. Now I'll mark the attendance now.